Hey everybody, Bert Sparrow here, Central Alabama. Let's come do a quick walk around of my Zenith 750 STOL. Let's check it out. Okay, well let's just start right here. Recently got it painted from Alabama Plane and Paint Company in Luverne, Alabama. I thought they did a good job. I really liked the accents. Interesting, I gave them the paint color, this kind of candy apple red, for exactly the same as my truck over there. I like that. But I also like the checkerboard. And then you can also see just basic white wings. However, you can see my checkerboard, which you see on a lot of Zeniths anyway. 4-inch squares, it's all painted, no decals. I thought they did a good job. So let's go ahead and start with the power plant up front. It's got a 100 horsepower Rotax 912, actually, and the warp drive 3-blade prop, which is pretty standard. But it has a 15 horsepower big bore kit from Morris at South Mississippi Light Sport. So that's giving it 115 horsepower, and I'll talk about performance later. But so let's go ahead and do a little bit more detailed look. Let's see. I found the weather stripping here just on the end. That kept all the wind from coming in. Really liked it. Okay, this is what you see, the seats right there. That's the standard Zenith interior seats. And across with the interior there, got the center console, and that's the interior. This is pretty basic here. These interior seats, super easy to put in. I did have at one point, I had the slidable seat, but I'm not too terribly tall. I'm 6'2" and about 225 pounds. And I found sitting there, I was way tall. And not only that, it didn't go back as far as I wanted for my legs, which are not too terribly long, but I always felt like my knees were in my chest. And if I could get rid of those and put this seat all the way back, and even so far back that it won't pull forward all the way, like this one will pull all the way forward. That was way more comfortable for me to reach the foot pedals. Also, I got, this is just basically from Home Depot. Do you know I spent $40, did the whole kind of pretty much interior that you see here. All right, did that for $40, but it was the darn glue that was, over $100. So let's see. So that's pretty much that. You can see fuel line 1, fuel line 2, and event, and I'll get into the fuel system here in a minute. Okay, right here, this is where you see the goods. So this is full ADS-B in and out. I've got a transponder, I got a radio, I've got the flaps and the choke, trim, ELT, and it's kind of super nice to have everything right here when you're using it. These little switches I got just for $10 each. I like them, kind of like push. Whoop, shoot. Didn't mean to turn off my EIS. But anyway, so this is the transponder, and behind it, and I'll put a picture in, I've got the GDL82, which is doing all the encoding. Here is, of course, a GDL50 that gives me all the traffic in and all the weather in. And this is, I love this Garmin. I really do. I was an ultralight pilot and I fly my Fokker, but I'm really impressed with this. This is just a big vinyl graphic like most of you all know, and you just spray a little Windex on there, let it sit overnight, and it's awesome. So, and I have the dual stick with the Ray Allen. Single stick with the Ray Allen. I think that's pretty much it. That's where my airspeed and pitot come in. I think that's pretty much the inside. Plenty of room by moving that seat back. Again, for someone 6'2". Let's see. I did put the snorkels up on the top. Let's see here. Got the standard Zenith strobes. Okay. This is it. One of my mistake here, buffoon. I made an access panel right here and thought I was going to be cool and be able to get to it there. And stupid me didn't have this on the place. Long story short, had to cover this back up, and I put this access panel on so I can get to all the goods here. Also there you can see I put nut plates there because it's so important. All the connections right in there. You don't want that to be riveted. COM antenna, second GPS antenna, ELT, which is just hanging. ELT is straight below there. One other thing that I did here was all these are nut plates here. Let me come around on the other side actually, so we get the good sun. So I decided it's so important to want to be able to get in there to just go ahead and put nut plates here. And so that's the other modification. I think that's pretty much it. You can see here we've got the same access panel here, and then I've got nut plates here. So let's talk about the fuel system. I've got the extended range. There's a snorkel up there too. I have the extended range. So there's 15 gallons, 15 gallons. And then right behind the wall here, I got a Kit Fox 1.1 gallon header tank. So each tank feeds down to the header tank. I'll put a picture of it in here. And then there's a vent that goes to the left tank. And then those go forward, in a descending manner all the way. You can see my fuel shutoff valve right there. And that's, okay, if I need it. And then the fuel goes all the way right there. I wanted to go up, in everything that I did, I wanted to, and while I'm here, this is the standard Matco wheels and brakes. And that is an outside air temperature probe for my Garmin suite. So let's talk about performance. I noticed when I got the extra 15 horsepower, I got about 8 more miles an hour airspeed. I got about 250 maybe in the climb. Still, there was some prop pitch considerations, and in cruise, climb, all in all, they ran a little hot to begin with. One of the other things I did here was this little lip just sat here, and there was an 1.5 inch space, inch and a half. So I fabricated these flanges to forward all the air right into the cooling fins all the way around. And then I did the same thing there. So you've got oil and water, you got cooling air not escaping. Somebody told me once, cooling air is like water. It's gonna find the easiest way to get out of there. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I got 40 hours on it. I just passed the phase 1, and I love it so far. So I think and I'll put a picture of the Rotax. I saw in the forum, they said, if you're flying a Rotax, put that sucker as far forward as you possibly can in the tray. I could open this, but you wouldn't be able to see. But it's like here forward, and then there's nothing here. And that's one of the things people come in and look, they're like, wow. So anyway, it's been a blast to fly so far. The plane weighs 788 pounds, and I burn about 6 gallons. I burn about 6 gallons an hour. The plane took about 4 hours. 4 hours of building. I mean, 4 hours. 4 years of building and doing part-time, of course, with my other airplane and all. And it weighs 788 pounds and it cruises about 90. I could do more than that if I pitched. And gets about 800 feet per minute climb at about 52 indicated. Well, I hope that was something useful for you, and if you got any questions, just let me know. Thanks.